No one will ever love me again. Have you said this to yourself? And you believe it, don't you? The pain of the breakup is so strong that it has you believing that was your last chance for love, ever, for the rest of your life. In your logical mind, you do know that it's not true, but with your heart feeling so broken, it's hard to bring logical reasoning into the process. And as you know, thinking that we'll never find love again brings up feelings of not being deserving or good enough. And if we think that for weeks or months, we start to believe we are worthless and a hopeless case. The words we choose to speak to ourselves and to others are powerful and ultimately shape our life experiences. Hi, I'm Patty Blue Hayes, author, coach, and your guide to blossoming beyond heartbreak and cultivating hope as you sow the seeds of healing. This journey you're on of healing heartbreak is no easy task. There are internal emotional clashes, breakdowns, glimmers of hope and strength, backslides, and confusion. While it's crucial to allow yourself to let the emotions flow, it's also equally important to bring your focus to the practical changes required of you if you want to grow through this process, not just go through it. If you don't learn something about yourself and step into the next version of yourself, then what's the point of the pain but to scab over and ultimately split apart when you repeat the same exact pattern that brought you to this present place? Do you want to keep repeating this same relationship over again, just with different partners? Keep listening to learn how to change the way you speak to yourself in order to change your life experience. One powerful expression is to say, I used to. Listen to these differences. I'm not good at asking for what I need from a partner, versus, I used to be someone who couldn't ask for what I needed from a partner. I don't like conflict, so I usually just give in, versus, I used to shy away from conflict, but now I advocate for myself. Even if you don't feel like the empowered statements are true for you yet, start speaking them anyway. By making the empowering statements, you are informing your subconscious mind that you have changed. This actually creates a new framework in your brain for your future self to form. Research studies that are evidence-based have proven that self-talk has an impact on our self-perception, behavioral change, mental health, and motivation. Think about how powerful that is. Our brains are much like computers in the sense that they are programmed by the input data we give them. If I tell my brain I'm unlovable, it will create a program to support that input. If I tell my brain I'm capable, it will create a program to support that input. Not overnight, it's not immediate, but with repetition, time, intention, and action, the new program becomes the operating system. So think of these new statements as being aspirational. You don't have to believe them at all. Just keep stating them while being open to the new thoughts and behaviors you'd take if the statements were true. There's nothing inside of you telling you that you're unlovable, worthless, and a waste of space, except you. So if you created that program, you can create a different one. Another statement is, I don't do that anymore. Whatever habit, pattern you want to get rid of. I've used this when the old ways automatically surface. Of course, self-awareness plays a key role in this, and once I'd realized what I was about to do, I'd tell myself, I don't do that anymore. For extra support with that concept, use the formula, when I do X, I will instead do Y. When I want to stalk their social media, I will instead text a friend. When I want to text the ex and ask for a second chance, I will instead do 20 push-ups. When I go down the rabbit hole of wondering what I did wrong, I will instead write down a list of my good qualities. This next one can be very powerful. People tend to talk about problems. Notice how many times you might use this word when you talk to friends about your situation. The problem with problem is that it sounds like it's a stinky blob that takes up space and won't go away. Whereas the word challenge sounds like you've been given a mission, a sword, a crested shield, and a stallion to go face the task. Try saying this out loud, and I'm sure you'll feel the subtle difference. The problem is that I can't afford the apartment without them. The challenge I'm facing is to afford the apartment on my own. My problem is that I made her my whole world. The challenge I have is to develop my own identity. We can rise up to meet challenges. Problems just fester. I believe using the word challenge can help us feel a bit more empowered, and it's absolutely worth trying. Please help me continue to create these videos by subscribing to my channel if you find this content valuable. I can't versus I choose not to. I can't is powerless and victim speak. I can't live without him. I can't get over this. I can't be happy without her. I can't change. Well, no, there's no outside force that's preventing you from doing any of those things. Try replacing the word can't with a more personally empowering word such as choose. I'm choosing not to get over this puts the power position right in front of you, not some outside force that's oppressing you. I'm choosing not to change really shines a light on the fact that we can make a choice to get through and over the feelings of a broken heart. I choose not to be happy without them. Yep, it all comes down to our internal power, our mindset, our thoughts, beliefs, and our actions. I choose not to change. That is boldly confronting as opposed to saying, I can't change, which somehow gives us a hall pass for not making changes, as if some outside force is preventing us from personal growth. If versus when. If I ever get over this, I'm going to be so relieved. If I can stop crying, I'd feel better. If I could stop thinking about them, I'd feel at peace. If things change, I'll be happy. That word choice implies that these things may or may not happen. You want to signal to your subconscious mind that they will happen. It's just a question of when. So, when I get over this, I'll be so relieved. And when I stop thinking about them, I'll feel peace. Are sending subtle data inputs to your brain that with repetition will absolutely have a positive impact. Your brain is designed to find solutions. So when you tell it when instead of if, it starts to find ways to solve for the when part of the equation. I know I had a lot of fear after my marriage ended and there were so many unknowns. For some of the times I felt fear, I reframed it as excitement. Physiologically, fear and excitement have similar responses. Heightened heart rate, surge of adrenaline, becoming more alert, breathing pace increases. So really what differentiates the two are our perceptions. It's our cognitive interpretation that creates the emotional response. Take skydiving as an example. For one person, it is a thrilling activity, and for another, it's terrifying. With breakups, of course, it's complicated because our sense of safety may be linked to our partner, and we genuinely may feel that our safety is at risk. But try telling yourself you are excited about some aspects of this new landscape opening up to you, and see if you can feel the subtle difference in your body and your mind. You may not feel ready to use all of these substitutions, but just try one. Take it slow. You're going through turmoil right now, so even if you just file this information away in the back of your mind, That's fine. When you're ready, you'll access it. The most important thing for you to do is be kind to yourself. Remember, you're on a journey of healing and transformation. The seed does not become a blossom overnight.